Today, our topic is why Stoics practiced silence. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who believed in living a life of virtue, wisdom, and self-control. They taught that silence is not just the absence of noise, but a powerful tool for self-improvement, clarity, and inner peace. Silence for the Stoics was a way to train the mind, focus on what truly matters, and avoid unnecessary distractions. Let's explore why silence was so important to them, and how we can learn from their practices in our modern lives. First, silence helps us control our emotions. The Stoics believe that many of our problems come from reacting too quickly to things. When someone says something that upsets us, our first reaction might be to argue or get angry. But the Stoics taught that these reactions often make things worse. By practicing silence, we give ourselves time to think before we speak or act. This pause allows us to respond with reason instead of emotion. For example, if someone insults you, staying silent for a moment can help you avoid saying something you might regret later. Silence gives you the space to choose how to respond, rather than being controlled by your feelings. Second, silence helps us focus on what is within our control. The Stoics believe that we should only worry about things we can change. Everything else is outside our control and should be let go. In a world full of noise, both literal and figurative, it's easy to get distracted by things that don't matter. Social media, gossip, and endless conversations can take our attention away from what's important. By practicing silence, we can step back from these distractions and focus on our own thoughts and actions. This helps us stay true to our values and goals, rather than being pulled in different directions by external influences. Third, silence is a way to practice humility. The Stoics believed that talking too much often comes from a desire to show off or prove ourselves. When we're silent, we listen more and speak less. This allows us to learn from others and reflect on our own thoughts. Silence reminds us that we don't have all the answers and that there's always more to learn. It also helps us avoid the trap of arrogance. By staying silent, we show respect for others and create space for their voices to be heard. This humility is key to building strong relationships and becoming better people. Fourth, silence helps us find inner peace. The Stoics believe that true happiness comes from within, not from external things. In a noisy world, it's hard to hear our own thoughts or connect with our inner selves. Silence creates a space where we can reflect, meditate, and find clarity. It allows us to detach from the chaos of the outside world and focus on what really matters. For example, taking a few minutes each day to sit in silence can help us feel more centered and calm. This practice can reduce stress and improve our mental well-being. Fifth, silence is a form of self-discipline. The Stoics believe that mastering oneself is the key to a good life. Silence requires us to resist the urge to speak, to listen instead of interrupting, and to stay calm in the face of provocation. This takes strength and practice. By choosing silence, we train ourselves to be more patient, thoughtful, and disciplined. Over time, this self-control can improve every area of our lives, from our relationships to our work. Now, let's think about how we can apply these Stoic principles in our daily lives. One way is to set aside time for silence each day. This could be as simple as sitting quietly for 5 minutes in the morning or evening. During this time, focus on your breathing and let go of any distracting thoughts. This practice can help you start or end your day with clarity and calm. Another way to practice silence is to be more mindful in conversations. Instead of thinking about what you're going to say next, really listen to the other person. This not only improves your relationships, but also helps you learn and grow. Another practical tip is to limit your exposure to unnecessary noise. This could mean turning off your phone for a while, avoiding gossip, or spending less time on social media. By reducing these distractions, you create more space for silence and reflection. You might also try journaling as a way to process your thoughts and emotions. Writing can be a form of silent reflection that helps you gain insight into yourself and your life. The Stoics also believed that silence is a way to prepare for challenges. Life is full of unexpected events, and we can't always control what happens to us. But we can control how we respond. By practicing silence, we train ourselves to stay calm and composed in difficult situations. For example, if you're facing a tough decision, taking a moment of silence can help you think clearly and make a better choice. Silence gives you the strength to face challenges with courage and resilience. In addition, silence can help us appreciate the present moment. The Stoics believe that we should focus on the here and now, rather than worrying about the past or future. Silence allows us to fully experience the present, whether it's the beauty of nature, the joy of spending time with loved ones, or the satisfaction of doing meaningful work. By being silent, we can slow down and really savor these moments. This mindfulness can bring more joy and fulfillment to our lives. Finally, silence is a way to connect with something greater than ourselves. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature and the universe. Silence can help us feel this connection by quieting the noise of our busy minds. It allows us to tap into a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Whether you call this spirituality, mindfulness, or simply being in tune with the world, silence can help you feel more grounded and connected. In conclusion, the Stoics practiced silence because they understood its power to transform our lives. Silence helps us control our emotions, focus on what's important, practice humility, find inner peace, and develop self-discipline. It's a tool for self-improvement that anyone can use, regardless of their circumstances. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, silence offers a way to step back, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters. So take a moment today to embrace silence. Whether it's through meditation, mindful listening, or simply sitting quietly, let silence be your guide to a calmer, wiser, and more fulfilling life. The Stoics knew that silence is not empty, it is full of answers, strength, and peace. And by practicing it, we can learn to live better, one quiet moment at a time.